Word.
Why, are you crazy? The fall will probably kill you.
Word up.
There's one guy brings the items,
Okay, there you go.
and the other guy pays.
What about the nurse that lives across the hall from you? She seems kind of nice.
Secure the engine room, then find me a date.
I'm multitasking.
Shoot him in the face.
I hate to shatter your ego, but this ain't the first time I've had a gun pointed at me.
You don't take your fucking end off that case, it'll be your last.
Stop causing
Hey, maybe you haven't been keeping up on current events, but we just got our asses kicked, pal. Look.
Marion, don't look at it. Shut your eyes, Marion. Don't look at it no matter what happens.
Smell it! You smell it! Ah! Hey, folks!
All right, I don't smell napalm, but I do smell turkey because my mom's already cooking and it's making me hungry. But let me get the hat straight. Okay, I don't think we got the hat straight. It looks stupid. All right. Anyway, everybody, welcome to A Good Cinema. We're already off to a glorious start. I can already tell. It's okay though. You know, we got. Let's say we're reviewing. God, man, I hate when I do this. Well.
And there's some frozenness.
Yeah. Welcome to Good Cinema. I don't know how many times I have to say it, but this is going to be a train wreck. But here we go. We're reviewing Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, starring Steve Martin and John Candy. It's one of my favorite holiday films. It also makes you not want to travel with anybody you don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I hope this is not like a sign of what's going to happen on this road trip we're going on with Aaron, but I think it'll be all right. As long as the car don't set on fire. And we got cyclotronic squirt guns here.
What's up, Aaron?
Let's do this. Come on, people. And Cliff is omnipresent, as a comment would say. We got Kirby the duck pull. And anyway, thanks you guys for coming on. And tomorrow's Thanksgiving, so I hope everybody has a happy Thanksgiving. I will have a stream tomorrow, but let me look up the. I don't know if anybody's got the Wikipedia page brought up, so I'll bring it up. This is, of course, a John Hughes movie, and I'm just go around and tell hi to the panel. Cliff, how are you doing today?
I am well, thank you.
How about you, Will? How's your holiday shaping up?
Pretty good. I have to work on Black Friday, 6 a.m., so I'm not thrilled towards that, but I'm excited for Turkey Day tomorrow. Yeah. Yep.
And God bless you. And we got John's Comics with Friends. John, if you would like to come on here,
yep.
You would be fun to have you at the fifth to our I can't talk today for some reason. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, John, if you want the link, click for I know. And we'll send it to you.
I sent it to him for fun.
You sent it to him already?
Yes.
Okay. And he's John Candy. I'm Steve Martin. Oh, he can't tonight. That's okay. Well, tell her we said happy birthday. It's Katie's 18th birthday, so.
Oh, very nice.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday
to the birthday girl.
To know, Matt, that you are absolutely John Candy for about 90% of that road trip. And there's a dangerous 10% where you're not.
What's the dangerous 10%? I'm curious. I can't wear this hat.
Pillows.
Oh, yeah. That's probably one of the funniest scenes. Also, I kind of like the part where he's at the rent-a-car place. He's just like, look, I don't give a shit. He's just totally done. Completely. I think we've all been in a situation like that where you're just totally done with everything. You're like, I don't care That's it. This movie came out in 1987. It's a road trip movie written and directed, produced by John Hughes, who you may remember directed such films as 16 Candles, Pretty in Pink, Weird Science, The Breakfast Club. The list is long and great. The books, the comics, the movies this guy has wrote. What's wrong with me tonight? I'm not even drinking anymore. All right. It tells the story of Neil Page, an uptight marketing executive played by Steve Martin, and Dale Griffin, play a salesman who sells shower curtain rings, played by John Candy. And so he's got like 2 days to get home. And so their flight gets delayed. The flights get delayed, but they manage to get on the plane. But instead of it landing at Chicago O'Hare, he gets redirected to Kansas City, Missouri, or somewhere like that. Or was it Wichita or something? So they get stuck together on this little trip trying to get home for Thanksgiving. And John Candy is totally chaotic in this movie. He's hilarious. This is probably John Candy at his peak. And let's have everybody go around and give their memories and thoughts of this film. And I'll start with Cliff up here next to me.
Well, I love this film. John Candy, Canadian treasure. Let's never forget. I've watched this film many times. I've watched it like almost every Thanksgiving, usually alone. And like that scene, the scene where they look at each other, where they're screaming because they think they're gonna die, and John Candy only sees Steve as a skeleton, and Steve only sees him as the devil. And I laugh every single time I see this movie. That scene gets me. There are few things that can get me to laugh, and it gets me every single time. And this is one of the very few movies that I enjoy that makes me laugh again and again. And I try, it's funny. I try to stick to just watching it once a year so that I don't kill the joy. I watch this once a year. I watch The Holiday once a year for Christmas. Yeah. I watch Last Holiday once a year for my birthday. All right, and just keep the joie de vivre of the experiences alive as much as I can.
That's a good way to put it. You don't want to like burn yourself out on it. Like I've done that with a couple of great comedies like Major League. I have watched that movie so many times that if I watch it now, I could just like recite the entire movie. Like I could have been in the movie at this point. You know what I mean? I could have played any of the main character parts in that movie.
Yep.
That's because we're starting a new thing, Die Hard. Let me tell you, we're not going to get into that. We're going to have a healthy debate on that coming up because there are. Okay, well, real quick, I'll just ask Cliff: are there Christmas songs in Die Hard?
I mean, yes.
Okay. Does it take place during Christmas?
It does. Are you trying to get Christina Payne upset? Are you trying to get Christina Payne upset? Because Christina Payne is absolutely against Die Hard being a Christmas movie.
I know, but I'm going to say something even more controversial. Lethal Weapon Part 1 is a Christmas movie, too.
We know. Those of us who know. Those of us who know. Okay? And ho, ho, ho.
Okay, right? Anyway, Jeff, we're going to Big Jeff. What are we'll talk about that. We're going to have a healthy discussion. That may be a 3-hour show when we do that movie. I kind of did it because I want to be like an agent provocateur. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like putting Tango and Cash on Bad Cinema. That really riled some feathers up. So did when I did Bloodsport. I love you, Christine. I'm just. It's all.
I was gonna say Matt's lane is he's pouring his foundation for his argument Jeff, already.
What is your feeling of this movie? And what are your memories of watching this as a kid?
I'm kind of with Cliff. It's I don't watch it all the time. I usually watch it probably once a year, and the kind of humor that this movie is, because it's John Candy, Steve Martin. That's the kind of humor I grew up with. You know, it's not everybody gets it. I guess you could say it's one of those. But I also like the little kind of cameo-ish stuff, like Kevin Bacon as the guy racing him to the taxi, Ben Stein as the airport rep. You know, just stuff like that. But I don't know. It's one of those holiday feel good laughing movies to me.
Oh my God, Christina's never seen it. Well, Christina, you got to see this movie. You got to see this movie. It's brilliant. Well, yeah, you know what? And the other thing you see about a John Hughes movie, Jeff, a lot of the actors, like the character actors that you'll see in other movies or in this movie, like the secretary, the principal secretary from Ferris Bueller's Day Off is the clerk, is the woman
Edie McClure
at the rent-a-car place at the
I
airport.
loved her as Mrs. Poole.
Yeah, and she's so great. I love it. She's so good. Yeah,
her voice.
Yeah, she's so great. She's so great. And but Cliff, you remind me the clip you're talking about where they're in the car. I just love the part where they're. We'll play that real quick because you reminded me of it. I have a clip of it here. I got a couple of clips of it. And the guys tell them that you're going the wrong way.
Drunk. You're going the wrong way. What? You're going the wrong way. He says we're going the wrong way.
Okay, well, I got two more.
How would he know where we're going? Yeah, how would he know? Thank you. Thanks a lot. Terrific. Thank you. What a moron.
And then this is why they realize they are going the wrong way.
Yep.
That would be a nightmare. Oh my God, I'd about die.
It is a nightmare.
My God. And
I've lived through some of this.
And the part where he's like trying to adjust this, he's trying to take his coat off while he's driving. He puts, and I think everybody's done this, even though you should not do this. He's trying to drive the car with his legs. He's got hold the steering wheel with his legs. He's trying to take his jacket off, and it gets caught, and he can't. His arms are caught, and he's like going all over the road. Oh my God! Yeah, this is like a great movie, though. I love this movie. Will, what are some of your memories of this movie? I know you haven't seen it in a while, but is it one of those movies that, like, if you watch it, you know, you'll always get a laugh out of it?
Oh, I love John Candy and Steve Martin in all the movies they're in. They're great. They're a comedy, both a comedy masters. But yeah, it's a classic.
And the thing about John Candy in this movie is like Steve Martin, you could tell he just does not want to like him, right? But he's like, at the end of it, he screws up all the time, but he's just so lovable, he can't stay mad at him. It's like a little puppy dog. I don't know. But I don't know. I think the acting's great. I don't know. Cliff, what's one of your favorite parts of the movie?
Okay, so the movie, that scene that we just discussed, the meltdown at the car for the car, also him traversing the parking lot, sloping down, falling down the hill in the ice, all of that. The I like me speech, beautiful. All right. The walk they take at the end together.
Oh, that's so mate. Yes.
And when they get drunk together.
Yeah, yeah.
And John Candy selling those hoops like a champion. These things are all the rage for Christmas. They're earrings. That so cleverly done. So yeah, I hope I nailed all my favorite parts.
Yeah. And well, since you mentioned the part about the rent-a-car place, we'll go ahead and play these two clips.
Yeah. Well, I'll see you tomorrow then. Gobble, gobble. Oh, bye-bye.
I like how she kind of scans up and down like, oh my God, where's this guy been? And she's trying to be all nice and he's just not having any of it. And Cliff pointed out before the show, this is definitely why the movie got an R rating.
You can start by wiping that fucking dumbass smile off your rosy fucking cheeks. Then you can give me a fucking automobile, a fucking Datsun, a fucking Toyota, a fucking Mustang, a fucking...
How many? I didn't count, but how many times did he say fuck there? Like at least 20?
It's an excessive amount. And so the producers of this movie hated him, right? This would not have been an R-rated film, but he insisted on this F-bomb diatribe, forcing it to be an R-rated film, right? And he said it is too important. Also, his home in the movie was built for over $160,000.
They built the house?
They built that house. They built it because, again, he insisted. They hated his guts on this movie. Hated him. But, and again, I know I've learned all this because I've just learned to love this movie more and more and more over the years. And it is a wild shit show. Everyone on set seemed to have gotten along, but Steve Martin was like in a constant battle to maintain integrity over this film. And there's an after credit scene. I hope you guys will have watched it.
Yeah, I've watched it. Yeah.
I love that. He fought for that too. He fought for everything. And I can understand how the whole let's spend 170 grand on a building.
That's wild. Instead of just renting somebody's house to film in or
because people can be very difficult when you rent a home. So I think that was part of it. But if you read up on it, the studio hated him, and I love it.
You know what though? I think when an actor, and I'd say him and John Candy both realized this when they read John Hughes' script, that this was going to be an important movie. You know what I mean? That people were really going to, if they did it right, it was going to be one of those movies that people talk about. And it is, because we're still talking about it right now. It was made in the 80s. And also, there's not enough movies set around Thanksgiving. Like, I looked, because I was going to do Thanksgiving month, but I could only find like a couple of horror films. And
just turn the Hallmark channel on.
Well, we're not going to do that, because I could do a whole bad cinema year on Hallmark movies, okay? And I can tell you about it. Here, I'll lay the plot out for a Hallmark Christmas movie right now.
Mm-hmm.
A woman comes back to move her parents. Her mom died. She goes back to her hometown to sell her house and get it ready, and she meets this very
dashingly handsome
Christmas tree salesman who lives in this rustic little cabin with a little Irish setter, and he's been heartbroken, and she's afraid to love, and then they fall in love, and then there's a misunderstanding, and they break up, and then at the end of it they get back together. They declare each other's undying love for each other and get married.
Cut.
In movie, roll credits. I could make you some money off that movie on Hallmark Channel, but I digress. I'm going to play another clip here because if you think that, I'll play this one first, because this is where they're out. They're sitting outside waiting on this guy to pick them up in his pickup truck, and that John Candy knew his dad or something, and he's like, well, we got like a card, and John Candy tells him, here's the only card that John Candy's got.
Plastic you carry.
I've got a Visa and a gasoline card. Well, I've got a Neiman Marcus card in case we want to buy a gift for someone. What have you got?
Chalmers Big and Tall Man Shop. It's a 7-outlet chain in the Pacific Northwest. Great.
Chalmers.
And you know what, though?
I know what Chalmers.
The inner criminal in me, Cliff, was thinking, though, when he said, I have a Neiman Marcus card, we could give somebody a gift. Actually, you could have went to Neiman Marcus and bought a bunch of expensive shit and then pawned it, and then you would have had some cash.
No, with their luck, They would have gone to the pawn shop and gotten robbed at the pawn shop.
That's true. And then when they get a ride, they have to ride the back of a pickup truck with this dog.
Done. You know, Starkville's a little further than Wichita. How much further? 30 miles. Maybe 40.
You know how cold that would be?
Maybe 40. He said, how cold is that? He goes, oh, it's about 1 degree. And then he tries
Dude, that would be brutal.
And then, you know, there's a part at the first it's foreshadowing. Steve Martin is in such a hurry to get the taxi to the airport to get home. He says, just get my gloves. I don't need them. I'm just going to go to the airport and I don't need the gloves. So he said, I'll be in the cab. And he leaves his gloves. So he's trying to reach for these gloves in the back of this truck bed. That dog just jumps out of the hay and starts growling at him. And also the guy that picks him up, he's like, he tries to get his wife to like pick up the trunk. He says, she's stronger than she looks. Her first baby come out sideways. She didn't even cry.
That'll tell you something.
Oh man.
Yeah, well, I mean, I am a Southern wuss, but Cliff's not. Cliff is he lives in New York. He knows how cold it can get up north.
Listen, I was in Ohio freezing my testes off.
I'm going to play this clip right here because and Cliff, you're so right. Like, you know, they would have probably got robbed if they did it at the pawn shop, because like you think that like almost dying in a head-on collision between two 18-wheelers was the worst thing that could happen. But then they get out of the car, right? And they're sitting there, and all of a sudden, this happens. And like, I think what would happen to people if you're in a traumatic situation like this, instead of like cussing, this is their first reaction to it. I think at this point they're cracking up.
Get over how bad it all is.
And like, it's not bad enough they get on the train and then the train has a malfunction or something. So I like the part too. I didn't have it on here, but like where they're sitting in the bus across from that young couple, and they're just making out like hot and heavy. And then they cut away the next scene and they're both sitting there like this, like smoking a cigarette, like they just had sex.
Well, I gotta tell you, I've already been on a road trip where I'm a rotten person. Ohio isn't cold, bitch. It was 28 degrees with a wind chill for this damn wedding. You show up there with your fin.
Ohio gets cold. I'm sure Wisconsin.
Come on out, Taylor Winder. Come on out. I'll show you, Taylor Winder. I'll show you.
Well, I mean, in his defense, I'm sure that the winters in Wisconsin can get pretty damn shitty.
Yeah, Wisconsin, that's one of them ridiculous cold places, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, 28 degrees with 55-mile-an-hour wind. No thanks.
Ohio.
Why do y'all live there? What's the point?
I don't know.
Sadness,
I guess it makes
poverty. It might as well be cold too.
All the above, depression.
Oh, Cliff. Oh, Cliff.
And then I like this part too. This is the part two where you find out though he's like he tries to make this bullshit line to Steve Martin about how he got the
beer, cheese, and
rent a car with by selling his shower curtain rings. He says nobody's going to let you have a car with shower curtain rings. He goes, oh well, I may have had your Diners Club card was accidentally in my wallet. And then Steve Martin does this funny part right here. This is hilarious.
But you didn't give me your address. What was I supposed to do? You just ditched me. I had no money. I had no cards. I had nothing. Give it back. I can't. Why not? Because.
It's all.
Why not?
I'll tell you why.
Beer, cheese, and Packers. That's why he says he stays. All right.
That's the funniness of this movie is the slow boil to where they start to crack up. That's what it is.
Yeah, like at the first of it, like Steve Martin's trying to humor him because he talks so much, he's real chatty Cathy.
Yeah.
And then finally he just breaks and like he tries to do it in a nice way at first, but all he does is end up hurting John Candy's feelings. He goes, I think we can go our own way from now on. And John Candy's just like so heartbroken by that. He's like, oh, okay. And but of course we find out later that John Candy apparently selling shower curtain rings is not as successful as we once thought it was. So he's been down on his luck. And also the thing you find out in this movie, which is the very heartfelt thing, is like John Candy's always talking about his wife, and but Steve Martin is so caught up because he wants to go see his family that he doesn't really pay attention to some of the clues that John Candy's given about his wife.
Yeah.
When he says stuff like, well, I haven't been home in like 8 years. And so at the end of it, when I guess we're kind of getting to the end of it too quick, but it don't matter. We'll talk some more about it. I just want to talk about this because at the end of the day, this movie's got a lot of laughs in it, but it's about a man wanting to get home to his family. Like we all want to, you know what I mean? Spend time with our family. And, something I've learned in the last 6 years is you need to anybody that's lost a parent or a loved one, you need to cherish the times you have with them because you don't know how many there's going to be. I'm not trying to get all sappy on you, but you know what I mean? Cliff knows what I'm talking about. I know. So I treasure those moments, but so then they part ways and then that's one of my favorite moments in the movie. And it's not funny. It's just Steve Martin. He's sitting there thinking about his kids and stuff, getting home to the family and his mom and dad will be there. And then he starts thinking back to him and John Candy's conversations. And he realizes, he's not got nowhere to go. He's got nobody to go home to. So Steve Martin takes the train back and he confronts John Candy and says, your wife's dead, isn't she? He said, yeah, she's been gone for 8 years. And he says, you're coming home with me. And there's a great moment. I don't have a clip of it. Hey, Rich, how you doing? But I have a still shot. And you see them walking down the road to his house. And they're both each carrying a side of the trunk. And you get him the moment with his kids. He comes home and he's introduced with John Candy. And there's a great moment between Steve Martin and I can't remember the actress's name that plays his wife. Why can't I remember her name? But anyway, and they embrace and then they have dinner. And then but there's also, Cliff, and I'll let you explain a little bit more because you were talking about it earlier.
Lana Robbins.
There's an end credit scene.
Yes. And with the guy that he was trying to impress at the beginning of the film, like they were having a little board meeting and what's the better sales pitch? And the guy's like, and okay, well, no decisions will be made today. And the thing is, if that dude wasn't wasting all that time, he would have caught his original flight.
That's true.
And at the end of the movie, all this shit has happened. And that dude is still in his office in New York going,
He's already missed his Thanksgiving dinner. He's just
right, going, he ain't got nothing better to do. Nothing.
That's me at the comic shop.
Isn't that kind of like? Doesn't that kind of sum up working for somebody like that though? Like they don't really give a shit. They got nothing better to do. They're just going. They don't care if it ruins your Thanksgiving. But
it's called relatives.
It's what's chaotic about this movie. It's like I think we've all had a shitty holiday. You know what I mean? Or two. Yeah. But also, it's also in another way, it's kind of like I said, this movie's got a lot of heart to it. Like at the end of the day, I think we all can. I think everybody. I don't know. We'll have everybody's final thoughts. I'll have mine first. It kind of reminds. It's like at the end of the day, as much shit that you take for your family, right? Sometimes when it comes to something like this, you want to try to get. You know what I mean? You want to get home. If you're not,
you got to remember, it's a two-way street. As much shit as your family takes from you.
Yeah.
You know
But
what? Sometimes it's a sometimes it's a mud. Sometimes it's a goddamn freaking bipolar river of shit. Okay, and you just need to get in your goddamn canoe and get the fuck out of that river. You know, because it is just tragic. But
it's true.
Again, I'm looking forward to a fabulous Thanksgiving where I'm going to cook for my nieces and my one nephew, and we're going to have a wonderful time. We're going to just have such a great time. It's going to be wonderful. And
sometimes Xanax and whiskey helps, but I don't recommend either one.
The drunk uncle at Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Oh, the drunk uncle that comes in and starts talking about like politics at the table. Yeah. Yep. I've had a few of those. We try to avoid that at the table. Although we had my uncle, and my cousin. He was a Louisville Cardinal fan, and my uncle had a feud. He's a Kentucky Wildcat fan, so they started talking shit to each other.
Yep.
You know, and it was kind of weird. We both told him to shut up, but you know that's how it goes. But
that sounds like such a quaint argument to have. Kentucky Cardinals or whatever that was. Quaint argument.
Louisville.
No, let me tell you, not in the state of Kentucky. It's not. It's like Red Sox and Yankees.
Yep.
So I got this one aunt and uncle who will remain nameless. Who the uncle is a fun guy. I love him to death, and I love my aunt as well. But she's one of these must keep up appearances type people, and so every once in a while, like this, probably 10 years ago, we had a big Thanksgiving, a lot of family there, and cool uncle is having a good time, and we're all laughing, and my family drinks, full alcoholics, and fun uncle's having his third or fourth beer, and keeping up appearances lady's like, well, hold on there, you, how many beers is that at the table? Everyone's all around. And put him on the hot spot.
Oh God!
Oh no!
So, he's like, well, I didn't know we was counting. We don't count much when we go out shopping, do we? And I was like, oh shit!
No.
And then you can see everybody, you know, when that silence just kind of hits the room, and everyone's like, I gotta go to the bathroom.
Well, there's a movie
that's family. That's just family.
Yeah, that kind of stuff reminds me. There's a movie with Liz Taylor and her husband Richard Burton called "Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf?" And they had this young couple over for dinner, and he's like, "And then I remember when you let our baby drown in the pool." They're all like arguing with each other because you were so drunk.
The American Dad parody of it?
Yeah, that's what they were parodying.
The American Dad one parody is great.
Or it's like, you drink so much, we never could have children, Margaret, or whatever her name was. He's like, what? But you know what? That's kind of like one of them. Like, have you ever had one of those where you're at like a dinner like that, and like there's a couple, and they start arguing in front of everybody, and it makes everybody like uncomfortable where you're like this? You know what I mean? Like, you know that meme of that little girl giving the side eye like this, where she's like, that's what you kind of look at them like, okay. I think we'll leave and let you all argue.
And my mom, bless her heart, she's this person. Does anyone want pie? Does anybody want? You know, that's her way of putting fires out, is throwing food at it.
Yep, you have to.
You have to do something. I mean,
that's adorable.
Well, okay.
So one year.
Let's go ahead, Cliff. I'm sorry.
One year where one of my relatives was spiraling into the world of divorce.
Oh.
My home. I'm hosting Thanksgiving, and this person is criticizing my cooking heavily, and I am asphyxiated by the experience, right? I cannot deal. So I keep running away from the kitchen because I'm constantly being criticized. And then like, so anyhow, said relative is furious pouncing up at me, ready to punch me, and my mom is white as a ghost. She jumps in between us like, no.
Wow.
And all the kids are watching. So all of this, this is so cute, so quick. Or my favorite, where my brother starts to have a whole thing about hating on trans people, right? And I'm in the kitchen, and my house isn't that big. They're in the living room. I'm in the kitchen. I can hear everything. There is no. I do not have a 3,200 square foot home, right? So I'm there, and they're like, "Oh, let me ask your uncle." And all the girls are like, "No, leave Uncle Cliff alone, no." And I'm holding one of them Cutco saber carving knives. It looks like a saber, all right? And he comes into the kitchen. He's like, "What do you think about having to work with people who are trans?" And I turn with that knife, and I'm like, "I have no problem." He goes, "What if some guy named Victor with a big freaking, beard comes in and he's like, I want to be Jennifer?" And I would say, "Welcome to workplace, Jennifer. Welcome." Because I believe in this. You hear me? And the girl's like, "Oh my God, no, Uncle Cliff, the knife. And I'm like, "I'll tell you another thing."
Hey,
I'm like, "Now get away from me so I can carve this turkey." And
I remember one uncomfortable holiday we were at, and my cousin, two of my cousins were there. They're both parents, and one of them's kind of well off. Her husband was an architect, so they had like a fancy house. He's a really successful architect, and she was saying stuff like, my other cousin, she's not as well off, but she's not poor, but her kid was like, she gave her kid something with like sugar in it, and my other cousin's real rich, says, "We don't give our children unrefined sugar like that."
Oh boy. Oh,
and my cousin looked at her and says, "Don't you mean the nanny doesn't give them unrefined sugar?"
Oh, dang.
Shots fired. So we were like, "Oh," I was like, "Anyway, is anybody going to watch the Cowboys play today?" And I'll tell you the one we had one time, and I'm not going to go into like the conversation, but we were out eating, all having fun, and a couple of my uncles were real liberal, and a couple of them were real conservative. And this is back when George W.
Good times.
Yeah, this is back when George W. Bush was president. They asked them something about like, "Well, I heard such and such is doing this, or they're going to try to pass this law." And all of a sudden, we're all like, "Why did you?"
Here we go.
You just asked about what
Here
time.
we go.
Yeah, couldn't you just ask what time the Detroit Lions game is, or the Cowboys game, or
pass a green bean casserole?
Yeah, or do we have pumpkin pie and pecan pie, or we just have pumpkin pie, right? And we're like, "Oh God, just shut up." And but we kind of avoid that one. But like, I hate that when it happens. Kind of like Cliff was saying, like, when they're like, "Ask your uncle about," no, don't ask him that.
It's true.
It's strange though. The older I get, like now I'm to the point where I no longer feel uncomfortable. I don't want to see the piece. I want to see the wreckage. It's fun to watch. It's so fun to watch.
I don't know.
Let it unfold and let it burn.
Jeff
Because it's reality.
Jeff will be there asking him about the Patriot Act or something. Hey, what do you guys think about Palantir?
No, I won't stoke the fire, but I will eat my popcorn.
Oh God. I don't know, and then I love this part right here though, with the car. It's just burnt to a crisp. I don't know if you saw the documentary that they did. It was Colin Hanks, Tom Hanks' son, directed the documentary about John Candy. Him and Ryan Reynolds showed up in a car that looked just like that. They got an old LeBaron, and they made it look like it caught on fire. And I love the part in the movie. I wish I'd got a clip of this, but I was in a rush. They get pulled over by the police, and he's like, "What are you guys doing?" He's like, "Well, we had a little fire, but we managed to put it out." They're all act like it's so normal. And it's like, "So let me get this straight. You have no side mirrors. You can't read any of the gauges." He's like, "Yeah, but go figure." John Candy's trying to be positive. He's like, "The radio still works. Go figure."
And again, this movie is filled with improvisation. Filled. Yeah. That was one more Oh my God, Jeff, you're right. That's why Friendsgiving was invented. Now let me tell you about this shit, because now people are fucking up Friendsgiving.
Oh no. Oh
Right?
no.
So my girl at work invited me to Friendsgiving last year. I had a wonderful time. Met this nice, cute young man there. You know, don't be jealous, Vox.
Not.
And and as usual, he he's basically heterosexual. So it's like now it's just a fun to flirt sort of situation. So about gratitude tomorrow. Good for you, Kevin. I love that. And I did a gratitude pie chart with my clients today, right? So the pie is broken up into person you're grateful for, a place you're grateful for, an object you're grateful for, a memory you're grateful for, a scent you're grateful for, a taste you're grateful for. You know, you'd be surprised how many times lasagna came up on my list. Leave Will alone, Cliff. No, Aaron, no, because you don't know. You don't know this dirty young man. Because every time he's like, hello, Cliffy. Hello, baby. You know, he'd be hitting me up in the DMs and stoking those fires, Aaron. You don't know what he's capable of. He's a little Portuguese, Italian demon baby just out here trying to.
No, I'm none of those. But
Will's undercover.
Will's like, no, are you kidding? I want the DNA test, William. I want the DNA test. All right. Will is all those European, like, oh, look, you don't know seductors, you know? But anyhow, so we did the gratitude chart. I actually felt like a little bit better after the gratitude chart. The pie chart. I really enjoyed that. And you know, it's really tough. And I mean, mind you, I'm still furious at the world. And I've got 2 clients who I see every day who are homeless, you know? And I'm like, man, their problems are bad. And then like I think about my problems and I'm like, man, my problem sucks. I'm like, it all sucks.
You know, I think about that too. Like, oh, this sucks, that sucks. Then I see something today about these 2 high-rise buildings in Hong Kong that caught on fire and killed all these people. You know,
terrible.
SG Comics says this has become one of my top shows to watch. I'm really digging these conversations. Well, thank you.
Well, I think all these discussions are in frame with this movie, the theme of this movie.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm glad. And I also wanted to say something. I just found out. I was looking on the filming of this film, and this movie there's so many improvisations in this film between Candy and Martin during filming that the first film's cut was 3 hours and 45 minutes long. I want to see that cut.
Yeah.
And
there's also a more emotional conversation with Steve Martin and John Candy, and it's cut from the film. And Steve Martin was always like, I don't understand. I don't know what happened. But also, Steve Martin admitted that seeing the final cut of the film really kind of blew his mind because there was stuff there that he wasn't even thinking about that, you know, they may come together. So I always find the retrospective on this movie very interesting.
And also, listen to this. There were some subplots cut out of the movie. There was one key subplot about Neil's wife not believing him and suspecting that he was with another woman was cut out of the film. I'm glad they cut that out. We didn't need that in there.
No, but I do want to say I'm upset because I feel like she was wasted, and that would have been like something really fun to have for her. You know, what is it, Layla Robbins, right? Layla Robbins, right?
Yeah.
I felt like that would have been something fun to have with her. Like, so she's just like, are you sure? And then that way, that moment where she sees Mr. Del Griffin, Mr. Griffin, she goes, Mr. Griffin. You know, like that. She's like, oh shit, you're here. It's you. You know, like I just feel, I don't know. That's just me personally. I could go either way with it. You know.
Yeah. Another thing here, it says the young man who robs Neil and Dale at the Braidwood Inn was the pizza delivery man who dropped the beer in the hallway, causing a can to burst when Neil attempts to open it. He came back and robbed him because Dale didn't give him a good enough tip. Another deleted subplot showed the state trooper revealing that Dale and Neil had actually driven past Chicago and had been pulled over in Wisconsin, which explains why it took them 2 days to get to Chicago from St. Louis. Okay. I'm glad they cut that out. That wouldn't, I don't know. But
So I can dig it. I can dig it.
And let's see. We look at the okay. The movie opened in November 25th, 1987. So it came out 2 days before Thanksgiving, or the day before Thanksgiving.
Excellent time.
Finished third for the weekend at $7 million. After its first 5 days, the film had grossed $10 million and stayed in the top 10 for 7 weeks. The movie finished its 12-week American run on January 22nd, 1988, with $49.5 million, and the production budget was $15 million. But that's pretty cool. But it's even got a bigger life in streaming and video rentals when it came back out. I remember watching this movie with my mom and dad, and just my stepdad laughed his ass off this entire movie. And we forgot there's one more scene that we forget about, it's hard to forget. We're not leaving yet. I just want to watch this one more scene. This is probably the scene that everybody remembers from this film, and we're probably going to get a copyright claim for playing this because there's a song in it, but we're going to play it anyway.
Where's your other hand? Between two pillows. Those aren't pillows.
Oh.
But before that, they're spooning, and he kisses him on the cheek. He's like, "Why did you kiss me?"
What the heck? I forgot Kevin has access to this video. That was creepy.
What a great movie. I love this movie.
Yeah, and SG is right. He's like, they don't make movies like this anymore. It's Steve. It's Steve. Yeah, Steve. They don't make movies like this anymore. This movie was one of our holiday movies to watch on Christmas Eve when I was growing up. Yeah, well, you can watch it on Christmas Eve too. I can see that. I watch it on Thanksgiving usually, but it's just a holiday movie. It don't matter when you watch it. It's kind of just one of those movies you watch during the holidays, like Die Hard. I'm just kidding.
This is the Thanksgiving one, and Christmas Vacation is the Christmas.
Yeah. There's not a lot of good Thanksgiving movies out there. I know there's some bad ones
for the holidays, which I made my clients watch this year because someone was traumatized during their first viewing of this film. So I had to honor the request. So I traumatized all the clients together with Home for the Holidays. They're like, "That's rough. That kind of reminds me of my holidays." I'm like, "That's the point of the movie. That's the point of the movie. Let's laugh at our trauma together." They're like, "Cliff, is it hard for you being gay at the holidays? Like, were you treated like this?" And I was like, "Well, I never got married on a beach."
But speaking of holiday movies, I have some doozies coming up for next month. All month long, well, most of the month is going to be all Christmas stuff. And for bad cinema, we got a movie by Hulk Hogan called Santa with Muscles. It's one of the worst movies I've ever seen. And also, Santa Conquers the Martians.
That's a classic in bad cinema.
Yeah, that's a definite classic in bad cinema. Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2. And Ginger Dead Man. And
people that make Thanksgiving because it sounds like it. Just
oh, it's terrible. Well, it's got a turkey. This girl's having sex in the doggy position, and he kills the guy that's like
having his wet.
Yeah, and then she turns around and he's like right behind her, and the turkey says, "You just got stuffed." Ha ha!
It's not funny. That's just terrible.
That's ridiculous.
And then there's a scene where the turkey pops out of a guy's chest and he says, "Gobble, gobble, motherfucker." And then he turns to the camera and looks straight at the camera and says, "Now that's what I call foul play." But and then for good cinema though, we got A Christmas Story, which always brings a smile to my face every year I watch it. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, obviously. Die Hard.
Watching with the clients this year.
Die Hard, and oh my God, I can't remember. Scrooged. We're watching Scrooged.
Yeah.
Scrooge is awesome.
I love Scrooge.
Directed by Richard Donner.
Yeah.
I love when Bill Murray, they're like, "Hey, sir, we're having trouble with the reindeer antlers sticking on the ladies' heads." He's like, "Staple them."
Staple them on.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's such a good movie. Well, I almost had the Muppet Christmas Carol, but I let my Disney Plus membership lax, so we're not watching that this year.
That's another good one.
Oh, it's good. It's very good. Actually, A Christmas Carol, the one with George C. Scott's not bad either. I don't know if you remember.
Iconic.
I watch that every year.
I don't know, but I don't know. I feel like we kind of blew it out this year. So I don't know what I'll do next year, but we'll worry about that when it shows up. I damn near picked Elf.
Is it time to rate the movie, Matt?
Love Elf.
Well,
Man,
we're
Santa
right
Claus.
now. I don't know. We're just like, I don't know how long you guys want to fill on. Usually we go for an hour, but we can hang out. I don't care.
We can even go backstage or whatever.
We'll rate the movie. I will start with Will.
Yeah, it's a 5. It's iconic.
All right, Jeff.
Absolutely a 5.
Cliff.
God, what kind of competition is this?
There is no competition.
No, I'm just saying, there's no debate here. It is just nothing. It's just like we're just dropping 5s left and right.
Planes, trains, and automobiles, baby.
The movie is glorious. Okay, it is laugh out loud. It is heartfelt.
Chris just making shit up now.
It is heartfelt. All right. Of course, this movie's a 5, but drop it like it's hot while it's a 5. All right. It's a damn 5. All right. Say
I got 5 on it.
All right. Because this shit is great. This is movie making.
Too close. There we go. Yeah, I go with 5. It's just
I'll say 5. If I could give it, actually, I'll give it 2 5s, so it could be a 10. All right. Yeah, well, you know what? You got 2 iconic comedic actors in this film. You got John Hughes directing it. We just did the some of the resume. We got 16 Candles, Pretty in Pink, The Breakfast Club, Weird Science. I'm not even done yet. Ferris Bueller's Day Off, this movie, and correct me if I'm wrong, but did he do the? No, that was Christopher Columbus did that movie. Never mind. But anyway, so that's a pretty good resume right there.
Yeah.
Actually, you could have just named 3 movies of those, and it would have been a good list. But no, he had to this guy, John Hughes, shape. If you're from Gen X, he shaped your life.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe I'm exaggerating, but I mean Breakfast Club.
Breakfast Club, man. Wow.
He did so much. He did Class Reunion, Mr. Mom, National Lampoon's Nate and Hayes, 16 Candles, Breakfast Club, National Lampoon's European
Breakfast Club,
Weird Science, Pretty in Pink, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Some Kind of Wonderful, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. She's having a baby with Kevin Bacon and Elizabeth McGovern. Let's not forget The Great Outdoors, Uncle Buck,
Great Outdoors, baby.
Greatness, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, Home Alone.
Yeah.
All right? Only the Lonely, again, John Candy greatness. Dutch, I don't even know if y'all remember the movie Dutch.
Ooh, that's a hard question.
So good. Dutch is so good.
Beethoven with Charles Gordon. All right. There's Home Alone 2. We'll just, okay. Dennis the Menace with Walter Matthau. The remake of Miracle on 34th Street. 101 Dalmatians. No, that's not him. Why is he listed for this?
Screenwriter, maybe?
It's
Screenplay.
possible.
Yeah, screenplay.
I'm not going to give it to him. But anyhow,
Screenplay.
This man has gone wild with his movies.
Unfortunately, he did pass away in 2009 at the age of 59. So it's untold what other movies he could have been doing, he would have done. That's pretty
I'll
good.
let you know, I really screwed this up. I don't know why. This is supposed to be a John Hughes list, yet there are non-John Hughes, and maybe John Hughes was involved in other ways.
Mm-hmm.
We might have
He did
produced
the characters for some.
Well,
He did the catering on a couple of them.
Directed, but he wrote it. Mr. Mom, he wrote.
Okay. So he pretty pink. Okay.
He directed 16 Candles, The Breakfast Club, Weird Science, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Plane, Trains, and Automobiles, She's Having a Baby, Uncle Buck, Curly Sue, and that was his last movie. And he wrote National Lampoon's Class Reunion, Mr. Mom, National Lampoon's Vacation, Savage Island, 16 Candles, and all those same movies. National Lampoon's European Vacation. He wrote Some Kind of Wonderful. He wrote The Great Outdoors, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, Career Opportunities. He wrote that movie, which is a good movie. He wrote Home Alone. I think Christopher Columbus directed Home Alone, though. He wrote Dutch and all those movies, and I think I'm boring Will. So,
nope,
anyway.
You're good, man. You're good.
He also wrote Drill Bit Taylor.
Oh, that's a great movie.
And he wrote the story for Made in Manhattan.
Drill Bit Taylor's underrated.
He also wrote the screenplay for Home Alone 3, but we won't hold that against him.
Yeah, exactly.
He was also Jay and Silent Bob's favorite director.
He also wrote Beethoven.
Smith gave him thanks in the credits to Mallrats.
Yeah, and they actually in Chase and Amy, there's a scene where Jay and Silent Bob meet with Ben Affleck's character, and they tell him they need some extra money for their royalties for the comic book because they're going to move to Shermer, Illinois.
Yep.
Because that's where all the girls were kind of loose and like to party. And then they find out there is no place called Shermer, Illinois. It was just made up by John Hughes.
Oh, that was Dogma. Yeah.
Yeah, or Dogma, something like that. We went to Shermer. And
that's why they were in Illinois and ran into the.
Yeah. He says there isn't even a Shermer, Illinois.
They were going to be the pot dealers for all the people.
Oh, yeah. You got all these people and they got no good weed. Yeah, but we had a good question here about Psychotronic Squirt Gun. What is the best John Hughes movie? And he said Breakfast Club.
I'd say Breakfast Club. To me, Breakfast Club.
Yeah, I like Breakfast Club.
Yeah, I guess I'll have to say that too. Although 16 Candles is pretty dope.
Yeah.
Let me look.
And Home Alone is iconic. You know.
Oh, automobile. Big class.
Yeah. I'm saying Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yeah, Beethoven was a good movie. Hey, Lady Fantastic's in the chat. Hey.
Yeah, love.
I don't know.
He didn't direct the National Lampoon's movies, though.
Wait a minute. No way he directed that movie. Okay, I was about to say, I looked him up and it said The Fifth Element, but that's not him.
No.
That's Luke Besson.
Can you imagine if John Hughes had directed The Fifth Element? It would have had like Emilio Estevez in it instead of Bruce Willis.
Yep.
Ali Sheedy or something. Multipass. Although that's a good movie. I don't know if anybody's ever seen it.
Great movie. I love that movie.
My favorite 90s.
DC Multipass. What is it? DC something Multipass.
And Chris Tucker is just like unhinged in that movie. I love it.
Oh, yeah. Where is the Mohawk?
Oh, he directed Weird Science and The Breakfast Club in the same year.
That's
the year I
awesome.
graduated high school.
I don't know. I love Planes, Trains, and Automobiles so much, and I love Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Oh yeah, you got. I
and
forgot
The
about
Great
that.
Outdoors. About I mean, movies he directed. I may give it to this movie. I really love this movie a lot.
But
well, this movie's got like a lot of soul to it. You know what I mean? Like it's got like a lot of heart to it. I mean, that's the one thing about it. That
I
scene
think of all his movies, this one has the most heart.
When he gets to the end scene, like we were talking about earlier, and he goes back to the train station. He's like, "Your wife's dead, isn't she?" And like the air kind of drops out of that scene. You're like, "Oh my God!" You start thinking about, "Oh my God, he's right."
Mm-hmm.
You know, and like so, this guy's got nowhere to go, and then he brings him home with him, kind of like he's found a lost puppy.
Yeah,
because John Cuddy's kind of like a lost puppy because he'll screw up. Like the part where he gets the hotel room or the motel room. He says, "Well, I don't know what you're going to do because you're not sleeping in my room." And John Candy's out there with a car. It's got no top on it, burn up, freezing his butt off. And then Steve Martin looks outside and he's like, man, all right. He goes out there and goes, come on. You're going to freeze to death out there. So, and then they have great. Yeah, go ahead.
I need to rewatch Dutch because John Hughes did write it. And I forgot that it was funny, and I may have to give it another shot.
It's got Ed O'Neill in it,
And it's got Ed O'Neill in it.
Ed O'Neill is great.
Great actor.
And he was great on that. You know what? And he had like a second boost to his career when he came back with Modern Family.
Yeah, he did.
I just thought Modern Family was a brilliant show, like all the way around. And you got I can't remember her name. She was married to they got divorced though, didn't they? She was married to the guy that was the werewolf on True Blood. Why can't I remember his name? He's a D&D
player.
She
was married to Sofia Vergara, was married to Joe Manganiello. And such a sad breakup because all the tabloid all the rumor mill shit said it was like they loved each other but had nothing in common.
Wow.
You know?
One of those rushed in. I guess.
But let me tell you, he is a fine ass man. If I'd never played D&D in my life, I would have played D&D for that man. You know? I don't care. I would have done anything for that mountain of a man and that rock in between his legs. I would have been all over it.
Okay, I think
well, you know, I kind of feel the same way about another actor that plays D&D. Her name's Deborah Ann Wall.
Mm-hmm.
I would learn how to play D&D just to get near her.
We got to do that sometime. We got to do it sometime.
Yeah, I try to do it online with like Paul and them, but like my computer just will not let that. My computer's just not going to let that happen. All right, well, guys, I guess we're going to end the show, but I want to remind everybody. I know tomorrow's Thanksgiving, but if you get tired of your lame ass family and your lame ass arguments, and you ate enough turkey that you're about to go into a coma, well, drop by the Comic Lounge at 7 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah.
The Thanksgiving edition.
Oh.
Hey, look at Rogue.
You mentioned D&D players. I feel that way about Felicia Day. So.
But so you like what I did there with that thumbnail I found?
That's awesome.
Yeah. So it's the X-Men at Thanksgiving. They're my favorite superhero team. And we got look at Storm over here looking all regal.
And then look at Rogue.
Crown. Yeah, we know.
Is that Psylocke next to Rogue?
Yes, it is.
It's Psylocke. Yeah, we got
Cruella
Beast,
DeVille.
and then Kitty Pryde, and there's Jubilee. Who is the guy with the yellow shirt on, Cliff?
That's Banshee.
Scott. Oh,
Banshee, and then we got.
Wait a minute, who's next to Beast? Is that Kitty?
Kitty Pryde is the one in the
brown
pink
hair is
with the short
Kitty.
hair.
Who's the black hair chick next to Beast?
Lila Shenny.
And then
you
next
got
to Charles.
Jean Grey.
Where do you see Jean Grey?
I thought Jean Grey. Who's wearing the pink with the white blazer?
Right next to Charles.
That's got to be Jean.
No, that's Moira McTaggart, and that's why she's with Banshee.
Oh, okay.
Come on, guys. Come on.
Well, how do I know? I haven't seen this in years. All right.
I have not seen this before today, and I know who these people are.
Well, okay, she still had red hair. Give me a break. Her face is she's looking down.
Her hair is
God's sake.
that is at best that's auburn hair. That hair
Really?
isn't even as red as Rogue's
I don't
hair.
agree with it,
All
too.
right, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. And let me tell you, they did Moira McTaggart so dirty in the Krakoa age. I don't even know. I don't even know how they live with these.
I don't know if anybody has anything they want to talk about that's coming up tomorrow, but we'll just go out. Look, everybody, try to get along with your family. If you have a big family Thanksgiving dinner, don't talk about politics or religion. And if you do, just leave the room. Maybe pour a couple shots of Jack Daniels or whatever your favorite liquor of choice is. If you're alcoholic, please don't do that though. Call your sponsor if you get in a situation like that. And don't drink and drive, everybody. And hey, Bryant, how you doing? Happy Thanksgiving, buddy. But I hope everybody
I think
out
Kevin
there,
has a
we're gonna
great
get-
idea. Be grateful. Just be grateful.
Yeah. Yeah, and we're gonna do that tomorrow. Tomorrow we're gonna go around on my show. Whoever shows up, if anybody does show up,
I'll
you know
show up late.
You'll be surprised how many people actually show up on a holiday stream, though.
I'll
They did
show up
last year.
late. I'll show up.
But we'll go around and we'll all go around and talk about what we're all thankful for. And
Well, I'll tell you right now that I'm thankful for all of you because I'm not going to be around tomorrow. My ass will be cooking all day, and then I will be knocked the fuck out.
well, I'm gonna do it anyway right now. Anyway, I'll just say, look, I'm thankful for all you.
Yep.
All you guys. You know,
I'm working on a video right now that basically says that.
And
Awesome.
I just want everybody to have a safe holiday. And if I don't talk to anybody before until after Thanksgiving, just know that I love you, and I'm rooting for you. You know what? And remember, like Stuart Smalley used to say, you're a good person, and gosh dog it, people like you. So happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Come, son of Jarrell! Kneel before Zod! Snoochie boochies, have